Welcome to yet another episode of BMW repair stuff. So I have my tools here. On today's agenda, air suspension. Mine's worn out, so I need to replace it. And for that I got myself the cheapest ones I could find. So that will be fun. Hopefully they're at least somewhat usable, but we'll see how long they will last. So I already prepared 2 jacks for this, as you can see, just to make it easier for myself. But yeah, basically it's not that hard on paper. I don't know how it will be on when I actually dig into that. But first we'll remove fuses just so the compressor doesn't start. Sorry about the train. Then expose the air compressor and let the air out of both sides. Remove the deflated air suspension. Unhook the hoses. Hook the hoses to the new ones. And assemble everything, and hopefully that's it. Yeah, so without further ado, let's dig into that. First thing you'll need to do is locate the proper fuses. In case you're not familiar with BMWs, they have their fuses in the back. So just go get inside the trunk and you'll see this first aid pocket there. So just open it up. Mine's a bit stuck sometimes. Now it opened fine. And under this small cover you'll see fuses. You'll need to get the 81 fuse 81, that's 7.5 written on it. That's for leveling system. And fuse 52 with 40 written on it is for the compressor that gives air to the suspension. So you need to remove those just to avoid compressor getting started. Now you're good to go. So 81, 40. That's it for the fuses, and now we can go expose the compressor to let the air out. Before we climb under the car, so it's passenger side, right under the bonnet, trunk, yeah, right under the trunk, there's a tray you need to remove. To remove it you don't need to take off the wheel, but I will do it anyway because I need to get to the airbag, air suspension thing. So basically here are 2 screws, this one and this one. They are on 10 mil I believe, or 8 mil. I will check that in a bit. But yeah, you need to get those from the arch, so you can see there's plenty of room to get to them, so you don't need to necessarily take off the wheel if you just want to get to the compressor. So the 2 screws in the arch was 8 mils. Let's move under the car. If we look under here, we can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and should be 5. I have one missing already, so less work for me. That's good. Yeah, when taking this off, just be careful because there will be a lot of junk in there, like debris, sand and dirt and everything. Wear goggles if needed. But yeah, let's take it off. Well, we got it off. As you can see, there's insanely a lot of junk in there, plus lots of other stuff that's broken off, so that's good. Nice. Oh, free sand, I guess. Yeah, we'll clean this up a bit later. That's not an issue for now. So if we jump under the car, you can see here it is. Shaky. Guess that's good, not sure. And what we are looking for is this. There's two lines going out. One is blue and one is red. I think the blue one goes to the driver's side and the red one goes to the passenger side. Let me figure out how to get closer to that and I'll remove them. Actually, I think the easiest way to get to the lines would be through the arc of the car. So what we need to do, dog is investigating. What we need to do is just loosen up a bit those lines, just so air can come out. You will hear this hissing sound, and you don't necessarily need to remove all of them. Well, let's see. We can always kind of touch it and see if we can bend it, squeeze it and stuff. So the lines are held in on 10 mil. So yeah, I will do my best to try to film this. I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah, let's see. Let's try to get to it. Before I unscrewed it, it's like you can see I'm squishing it and nothing happened. So let's see after I unscrew those hoses. I think you can hear the hissing sound. I'm letting the air out now. Okay, so the blue one is for passenger side, the red one is for the driver's side. And now we can see that it's done. Easiest way to get to the red one is from underneath the car. Okay, so now both of them are kind of off. Let's see, we need to twist it some way. Oh, it did twist and the bottom came off. That's a good sign. So let's see, did it twist in a good way? Not necessarily. Oh no, it's out. Okay, so it's no hassle at all. Best thing about it, we don't need any spring tools. Now I will just need to remove this wire and attach it to the new one. They already look totally different, but hey, as long as they do their job, I'm happy with that. We'll see. Well, this suspension has seen better days. But you want, it's original, it's 320 kilometers in scenario that the speedometer is not turned back at all, that I seriously doubt it in the region we live in. So as you can see, there are these two indents. Those go facing towards the center of the car. Everything else looks exactly the same. So I removed this skirt thing. Not sure what is that, but I will put it on the new one. And yeah, let's see. Now I think I got it on as it should be. Previously it went in further, but let's see. Hopefully all is good. So to get it back. Hopefully I'll manage to do it quick. Usually not good at these things. Now I got the bottom side in place fairly quickly. Actually, let me clean it up a bit, otherwise it's all dirt in there. I think it's just gonna be dirt in 5 minutes after I leave the house also, but actually it went in, believe it or not. Yeah, just like that, it's in. Now, like I said, don't forget to tighten down the hose, otherwise you'll forget and then you'll be in a lot of trouble. Now I will do the other side and yeah, see you there. The car is back together, airbags, air suspension changed, so let's lower it. Actually, let's start with the other side because this jack is much bigger. Let's see how low it will go. Jeez. Okay. Really low. Ooh, I got my jack out. I doubt I'm gonna be able to get the other one out, but we'll see. Jeez. It's stuck there. Okay. Nevertheless, let's put back in the fuses. So 40 and 7.5, both are in. Oh, and the compressor is working. Obviously I will know if it kind of fully works only tomorrow, because now maybe it will pump it up and then kind of lower it again. But I will turn on ignition and let it pump up. No issues whatsoever. The car is holding air, at least for now. Like I said, I will kind of monitor it a bit, but worst case scenario, just the tubings will need to be retightened or something. We'll need to check the tubings. Also today I will go get the exhaust fixed, because I'm not good at welding and I have no clue how to otherwise fix it. I have heard of some clamps and stuff that you can put on and all is good, but who knows, I don't. Yeah, so just like that, you can see that even with limited tools, basically all the tools you needed was 8mm this socket, 10mm same socket, and 10mm this one, and tool to remove the tire, obviously. And that's it. And you can even go on with only one jack, I guess. If you do one side and then the other side, it's also possible to just put it on the wheel, take the wheel off, put it under so it rests on it, and you can move the jack around. So yeah, with limited knowledge of how to fix stuff and limited tools, you are able to do it at home. And it took me, like, strangely enough, an hour maximum for the both, including making this video. So If I would just concentrate on the fixing stuff, then I think in half an hour you can get both of them fixed. On that note, that's it for this episode. See you in the next one. Bye.